Hey everyone, it's Jeff Aromatics back again with another pipe tobacco review. This time I will be reviewing JJ Fox's Banker's Mixture. But before I get into the review, I was just gonna ask anybody, if you're watching this video during this time, has anybody come up with any New Year's resolutions? Do you even do that type of thing? I usually do. I mean, I usually like to do what's right and do what I want to anyway, but sometimes just for that extra push, maybe not a New Year's resolution, but I'll dedicate a year to a certain thought or a certain process. You know, one year it was to, just talk slower and to, just to listen more, be a little more stoic. But this year I thought, well, what prompted me to do this is I started a exercise program because of my daughter, and it's called P90X. I've done it before, but it's super intense, and I didn't think I could actually do it. But I've got a weekend, like with the time constraints that I have and how busy I can get. But I got past the first week, and I did it, but I noticed that in order to keep up with this, I'm really going to have to not unclutter my life, but really focus on not just positive, but making the most of my time, and of course being, more positive. There's a saying, I can't exactly remember it, I don't have it memorized, but it's sort of like, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is noteworthy, whatever is of good report, think on these things. And I noticed a lot of times last year, it wasn't really me necessarily, but I really wasted a lot of my time listening to a lot of people, just complain, and to just, I don't mind complaining or not necessarily complaining, but ranting if you're trying to improve something, right? But just for the sake of just putting people down, or just ranting, or just for the sake of it, I want to try to put that aside. I really have to to just I know it's cliche, but I don't mean think positive, but I mean just do things that are keep my mind on track, and even if it is negative, do it for a positive reason, right? Anyway, let's get past that. Anyway, if any of you guys have any New Year's resolutions, let me know in the comments below. Let's share. All right, back to the review. Yes, so I am reviewing Banker's Mixture by JJ Fox, and it is basically an English blend. It's got Latakia, Virginia, Orientals, and some burley, and also a little bit of cigar leaf. Supposed to be Havana. Whether or not it's actually Cuban leaf, I do not know. And is it even, could you even sneak Cuban tobacco in a pipe tobacco and sell it in the US? I'm curious if they could get away with that, or do they have to prove that the tobacco is not Cuban? Smoking it in my Andrew Sirigliano Bluefin Piper pipe, freehand. I love this pipe. It's really good. It's a little bit deep, so I kind of have to pack it method, when I pack it, and and then it smokes really well. Really comfortable pipe. Smokes dry. So okay, just smell the cut. I don't know if I can show you a good picture of it here. Is a ribbon cut, but it's pretty fine. It's pretty small bits. So basic ribbon cut, comes a little bit moist. The smell I'm getting in the tin is a light English. You get a little bit of that campfire smoky taste. It smells pretty typical English. The first thing you'll notice is it's got some Latakia in it, and I think sometimes we get confused when there's Latakia and Orientals. We taste that campfire and that incense, and I think if it's really strong tasting, as far as incensey, a lot of times we'll mistake that for Latakia, but I think that's actually more the Orientals that are interacting with Latakia, because Latakia itself can be really pungent and smoky, and this isn't really pungent and smoky. It's more Oriental forward. It's more incense. I've likened Orientals to lemon butter spices, say a fish spice, like a lemon. It's kind of got that kind of feel to it to me. This has probably got about 3 years age, so it's pretty creamy. Creamier than I think it was fresh. Fresh, it's a little bit more, even more incensey. As far as English blends, it's probably medium when it comes to like Latakia Forward, so maybe something like Early Morning Pipe, or it's definitely got more Latakia in Orientals than, say, Presbyterian mixture. Burns really good, especially like that cut is just perfect. It's not thick enough of, or it's just thin enough of a ribbon so that it doesn't, you know, it's not a powder. It's not like a shag, but it's not thick enough that it would be a full-size ribbon and take longer to burn. The cigar in there is very low. I don't even know if a lot of people would really notice it in the taste. In the smell, sometimes you can kind of smell it a bit. And a little bit in the taste. Sometimes it's just kind of got a little bit of a woody taste. So if you don't like cigars, I don't think that would matter. Like a lot of, I've mentioned it time and time again. Just because it has cigar leaf in it doesn't mean it tastes like a cigar. It can just add a different dimension just to a blend. But yeah, if you like Oriental forward blends, something a little bit heavier than, you know, lighter than, you know, say Star of the East, Penzance, but not super light either. Probably in between medium and full. Oriental forward, with just a little bit of something different, a little bit of cigar leaf, a little bit of a woodiness to it, a little bit of a unique smell, then you might like this blend. Have any of you guys tried it? If you have, let me know in the comments below. I'll leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I'll see you on my next one. Till then, Aromatics, signing out.